Now let's talk about Google Analytics. If you have any experience at all with digital marketing, then you're probably familiar with Google Analytics. It's basically a free service. It's actually amazing and it's incredibly valuable, especially for a free service. And I remember years ago when Google bought the company that developed this service and this tool, and then they turned it into their own and they give it away. And one of the reasons they give it away is because they're able to use it to track data across millions of websites that rely on using Google Analytics, and they can use it for their ad networks and all kinds of other things. The things we've been talking about, how digital marketing is evolving, those engagement and relevance factors, it's able to tie into even sales conversions through Google Analytics data. So that's how Google is really, it's kind of an evil, sinister plan, kind of, but that's how they're maximizing the money they make from advertising and the results that they can get for their advertisers, as well as just publishers in general that use and rely on Google tools. So Google Analytics, real quick, if you don't know what it is a dashboard essentially for the results of your website, showing you how many people came and visited, how long they stayed, the average pages that they viewed, if they're new visitors, if they're returning visitors, what countries they're from, what languages they speak. Google Analytics is powerful, and you're going to need to rely on it to kind of run your marketing. It's the ultimate dashboard kind of to really see the activity and the traffic to your site. But I will tell you this, it is incredibly complicated. It is so complex, and a lot of it's overkill. And we're going to go back and forth with Google Analytics throughout this course. I just want to give you a quick introduction to it. But overall, there are so many features and advanced super level enterprise features that we're not even going to get into because we don't need them. It's kind of the 80-20 rule. We're only going to use about 20% of the core features for 80% of our efforts and our results because most of the stuff doesn't apply to what we do. Now, Google Analytics is incredibly complicated. What I want you to do for homework, if you've never played around with Google Analytics, is you could just do a Google search for Google Analytics. You can go and you can set up a free account and come into Google Analytics. You're not going to have any data to look at until you add the code to your site that will start tracking everything. And in another lesson in this same module, I'm going to show you how to set it up. But basically, come in here, poke around, and like, for example, down this left-hand menu where all the functions are, you can find real time, so you can click and see how many people actually right now are on your website. You can see the traffic sources, where they come from and what they're doing. You can come down and you can look at your audience breakdown. You can see their demographics, the interest, behavior. So Google's pulling these things from many different sites, many different ad networks, as well as their own data in order to get this data. If you're wondering, well, how do they know what age people are that come to the site? It's very, I hate to keep using the word sinister, but it's incredible the amount of data they track on users and what they know about shoppers and website visitors and what they're able to report in these tools. It's incredible. It works to our favor as marketers and as business owners because we can use the data to really hone in on the target marketing, macro and micro, in order to really grow our marketing and get more leads and customers. But it seems like an invasion of privacy, but it's just the way the internet works. You can also track with Google Analytics, and we're going to get into all this, the whole flow of kind of where we're getting traffic from. As you can see, there's like an AdWords section, there's a search engine optimization section, there's one for social media, and then down in behavior, what people do when they get to the site, as well as how the site reacts, how fast it loads, and some other things. And those things matter to Google, as well as for how they rank pages. If your site loads really slow, that can hurt your Google rankings and of course keep you from getting traffic. So there's a lot of important things we're going to go over that you need to know about different ways that Google will rank your site when we get to the SEO stuff. But conversions as well, you can track goals. So not only sales, where you'll be able to track that here in Google Analytics to see where your sales are coming from, the type of traffic, the different campaigns, but also even any kind of goal at all, like for example, getting someone to opt in. So if we're just building an email list for free where we're giving away something, getting them to opt in, which of course we'll cover when we get to email marketing, we can track that as well. So we can see how many people are opting in from different campaigns, whether it's free traffic or paid traffic, anything we do. So Google Analytics is incredibly powerful. Now, someone could teach a 6-week course probably just on Google Analytics. That's how sophisticated and complicated it can be. So if you're not familiar with Google Analytics, there's a little bit of a learning curve for you to kind of get up to speed with what all it can do. And again, don't let it overwhelm you. We're going to go over the basic things throughout the course. We're going to be referring back to Google Analytics to help us make decisions and to help us grow traffic. But come into Google Analytics. If you don't already have an account, go and set one up. And in the later lesson in this course, in this module of this course, I show you how to put the code on your page and all that good stuff. Come in here and poke around and kind of see what some of the functions are. The next thing I want you to do is come to this site, analyticsacademy.withgoogle.com. So Google has created this great thing called the Google Analytics Academy. It's essentially a free online course teaching people how to do all kinds of cool stuff with Google Analytics and how to use it for your marketing. So this content is awesome that they've produced. I mean, I could go and kind of make my own lessons that are similar to theirs, but there's no reason for me to create all these videos for you. They've already done it. So if you don't really know Google Analytics very well, or you want to get better at it and learn some of the more advanced features, I highly recommend you take some time, come to Google Analytics Academy and go through some of their free videos and look and learn about what all these tools can do, from Google Analytics to mobile app analytics to Google Tag Manager and some other things that they provide for tracking the results of your marketing online. So this is Google Analytics Academy, and as you have time, I know this course is covering a lot of information. This is the education that you need to learn if you want to be really successful at digital marketing. So the time that you spend learning this stuff is really an investment in your business. It's highly recommended that if you can find the time, you come in here to this Google Analytics Academy and you go through a lot of their training just to become better at using their tools that you'll use to manage your marketing.